Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, June 30, 2021. There have been no homicides or shootings in Norwood since the Zone of Special Operations, ZOSO, was declared for the St. James community on June 20. Prime Minister Andrew Holness gave the update in a statement to Parliament yesterday.
As the clear phase of the strategy takes primacy at this stage, the security forces will continue their operational pursuits to remove the criminal elements and influence from the space. This phase will see the continuation of internal security operations to rid the zone of illegal weapons and ammunition and contraband.
The Prime Minister says the Social Intervention Committee will meet on July 1 to coordinate evidence-based interventions targeting children and young adults. This follows dialogue with various subcommittees of the Citizen Security Business Group, during which proposals were made for parenting and after-school programs.
In furtherance of the priority placed on children and youth, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information and the Heart Trust NSTA have made a commitment to intensify their collaboration to increase the training of this target group by establishing more training institutions within proximity to the area.
In the meantime, Mr. Holness says the Joint Command will continue to provide a periodic 10-day report of activities in the zone for review by the National Security Council. Jamaica's poverty rate dipped to an all-time low of 11% for the 2019 calendar year, battering the 12.6% in 2018. This marks the lowest level in 12 years and the second lowest in 32 years. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says government policies prior to COVID-19, which resulted in consecutive economic growth and low inflation, contributed to the decline in the rate of poverty. He was speaking in Parliament on Tuesday.
This, Madam Speaker, underscores the importance of maintaining policies that favor job growth, economic expansion, and macroeconomic stability as we recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, even as we broaden and deepen the social safety net.
The Finance Minister says a disruption in this downward trend is expected for 2020 based on the pandemic's impact on the economy and social development. This data will be provided by the Planning Institute of Jamaica by the end of this year. In the meantime, Minister Clark says the 2019 data shows that the poverty reduction was not as strong in rural areas. He says the social component of the Serve Jamaica program is expected to address this through interventions such as the river training program by the National Works Agency.
We will need to continue to emphasize programs such as those that lead to a reduction of poverty in rural areas. The good news is that industries such as construction and agriculture, which absorb important segments of the labor market, have been resilient and offer bright hope for the future. And tourism is rebounding, which will provide a boost to incomes.
Also coming out of Parliament is government's plan to bridge the learning loss caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The National School Learning and Intervention Plan has been crafted to identify and address learning gaps and support schools. Education Minister Favour Williams says the program will be administered under 4 components, focused on overall national school learning, summer school, extra lesson classes, and homework intervention.
Madam Speaker, the Recover Smarter National School Learning and Intervention Plan will allow for an improvement in the academic performance of students enrolled in the program over the summer period and during the school year to come. It will also provide academic enrichment activities for students through its intervention framework.
Minister Williams says approximately 120,000 students have not been able to consistently engage in learning since the onset of COVID-19, giving rise to learning gaps. The National School Learning and Intervention Plan will be implemented via face-to-face and online classes. Schools will also use the ministry's standardized diagnostic tools and the school-based assessment test to assess students. The government of Mexico has increased its planned donation of AstraZeneca vaccines to Jamaica from 35,000 to 65,000 doses. The vaccines arrived today at the Norman Manley International Airport. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Kamina Johnson-Smith says Jamaica and Mexico signed an agreement for the increased vaccine supply to address the island's urgent need for the doses.
We, of course, therefore express our even greater appreciation to Mexico for their generosity. And we note in particular that although Foreign Minister Ebrard and Deputy Minister Delgado are both at G20 meetings this week, they ensured that the arrangements were in place to be completed this week.
Transport Minister Robert Montague says plans to upgrade Jamaica's aviation system are advanced. These include introducing a satellite-based navigation platform that will reduce the distance between aircrafts from 40 to 5 miles, allowing for more planes to be routed. Minister Montague says this will increase our earning capacity from air services. At the same time, the upgrading of Jamaica's 3 international airports is ongoing, with resources being programmed for expansion. This is to reposition them to meet the growing demands for travel. And finally, the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, has issued a stern warning to party promoters to abide by the established COVID-19 protocols. The call comes ahead of the relaxation for the entertainment industry to host events with limited patrons under restricted guidelines. This takes effect tomorrow, July 1. In a statement, Mayor Delroy Williams says all efforts will be implemented to preserve the gains made by the country to control the spread of the virus. He says the corporation will commence the renewal and issuance of annual and special amusement licenses in keeping with the directive of the government. The KSAMC will also be checking events and places of amusement licenses to ensure they are compliant and operating within the law. Mayor Williams urges promoters to make use of the waivers and incentives being offered to secure a quick recovery to the creative economy and the thousands of persons it employs. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.